I see few participants raising their hands. Can they unmute and ask their question? Satvika?
Excuse me, Shailja ma'am. Sevita.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, have you started recording?
No, sir. We'll start when we are starting the
No,
program.
start. I mean, once we are in the flow, we may forget. It's better start right now, sir.
Already.
Radhika ma'am. Hello. Unmute yourself. Yeah, what's the update about Geeta ma'am? We have left with only just 2 minutes.
వస్తున్నారు కాల్ చేశారు వస్తుంది.
All right. Shall we start or wait for Geeta ma'am?
Wait.
No, we need to wait for Geeta ma'am because Geeta ma'am want to speak few words.
Hello. చెప్పండి. Ma'am, unmute yourself, ma'am. Yeah.
Shall we start?
Yes,
ma'am.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, firstly, I thank all of you for joining and I heartily welcome to you all to this webinar. And just a minute. Firstly, I would like to talk a few words about Manojagrati and Geeta ma'am. Manojagrati is an organization with 8 years of successful service track record, is a group of more than 200 dedicated and skilled psychologists and mental health professionals. It was established with the vision to spread positive mental health awareness and prevention of mental health issues. It also works with government and non-government organizations, police department, education department, social welfare and tribal welfare along with engineering colleges. And Sudisha Counseling Center is unit of Manojagrati, a registered NGO since 2012. We provide counseling and training services also. And here are a few records set by Manojagrati. India Book of Record, Asia Book of Record, and Top 20 World Record. And here comes Dr. Geeta Chella. She's an RCI certified psychologist, founder of Manojagrati, and she's also certified with RE and CBT therapist from Albert Ellis Institute, New York. And she works with government and non-government department with a direct and indirect coverage, across 25 lakhs students. And she was personally guided and appreciated by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam in Youth Empowerment Project Vision 2020. They are resource persons and even parent trainers also, like Dr. Geeta Chella, Mrs. Radhika, Mrs. Usha, Mrs. Sailaja, Ms. Sevita, Mrs. Sita Mahalakshmi, Mrs. Sugana Sudan, Mr. Om Prakash, and Mr. Rajesh also. And I would like, ma'am, can you speak few words?
Yeah, thank you, Sevita. Thank you so much. So a pleasant good evening to all the parents, dynamic and dedicated parents for the cause of child development. So today we are here on behalf of Manojagrati, as Sevita rightly introduced. We are all trainers, parent trainers who already successfully completed the training program and into the field since a few months. So today the session will be more of interactive mode, and you have a lot of activities. You'll enjoy the program, and we have our dynamic parent trainers who will be taking small bits and pieces of the whole series of session, the parenting styles. So I request all the parents to be ready with your pen and paper and all your material. And end of this session we have a Q&A, that is question answer session. Be ready for that. So over to our dynamic parent trainers.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, now let's see about why this webinar by Sailaja.
Thank you, Sevita. Thank you, ma'am. Hi, all. I am Sailaja Mantha, parent trainer at Sudisha. Why this webinar? As you can see on the screen, I'm sure all of you have this question in mind. In recent times, we all have bought an expensive mobile. Can you hear me? Okay. So yes. All of you have bought an expensive car or an expensive mobile in the recent times, and it came along with a manual, isn't it? I hope all of you are saying yes. So we brought an even precious and valuable life into this world. Yes, I'm talking about our children. But we do not have any kind of manual for their upbringing, do we? We as parents are responsible for writing our own manuals. That's what we believe. This is the very reason made us feel the necessity for this webinar. I'm sure you can fill one page of your manual today and many more in the future. As ma'am mentioned, we'll have a Q&A session towards the end. So please have all your questions ready for Geeta ma'am towards the end. Over to you, Sita.
Sita ma'am, please unmute yourself. We can't listen to you. Unmute and then start. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Shailaja. Good evening, dear parents. I'm Sita Mahalashmi Duvuri, parental trainer from Sudisha Counseling Center. Parents are the most important people in the lives of our children. Since birth, they rely on their parents, mother and father, for care and protection and for their overall well-being. Here, in this webinar, we will learn the different types of parenting styles and challenges towards your child. Here, our parent trainers will be sharing some principles on types of parenting and some ideas for building strong and healthy relationship between parent and child. This webinar will help us in improving parental self-efficacy and satisfaction. It will also be useful for parents to act consciously and in raising ourselves as a parent to the best of our children. Now parents, dear parents, we are going to do one activity. Please take pen and paper. Please write the name of your child. For each and every letter in the name, write your child's characteristic as shown here. One of my daughter's name is Deepika. D for daring, E for efficient, E for energetic, and P for patience, and so on. So like that, you write the characteristics of your child. We are having 2 minutes time now. I think we have completed 2 minutes. Can anyone read what they have written?
So as we said, it's an interactive session. We want the parents to respond and characters of your parents.
Yeah, sorry for interruption. If anyone of you are ready with your writing part, raise your hands. We'll unmute you.
Achha.
I think Anusha replied. You can unmute.
Can anyone?
I think no one has raised their hands. If you're done with writing part, please raise your hand. Yeah.
No, parents actually with
Lakshmi Saumya raised her hand.
Yes.
Lakshmi Saumya.
Yes.
Ma'am, you can unmute yourself and speak, please.
See, all of you can unmute yourself. Sir, give the access for unmuting themselves so that they can.
Yeah, just a moment.
Yeah, that should be better. And we can mute people who are unmuting.
Yes, please. One by one, first we'll go with Pranita Garu. Unmute yourself and give your response. Yeah, Pranita Garu. Yes, please. Go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Madam, good evening. First of all, I would like to thank you.
Ma'am, could you be little bit louder?
Yeah, sir. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity, sir. Actually, my surname is Arjun.
Ma'am, still we can't hear you, ma'am, please.
Sir, can you hear me now?
No, still it is lower. Could you put your what do you call speaker close to your mouth so that we can hear?
Is it okay, sir?
Now it's okay. Fine, ma'am. Fantastic. Go ahead, ma'am.
Sir, my son's name is Arjun.
Okay, ma'am. Go ahead.
Can you say the characteristics, ma'am?
Yeah, Arjun, he's affectionate to everyone, and he'll be respecting the elders, and even he know how to be with the people in the society and around him. So R stands for respecting and joyful. All the times he'll be with a lot of fun and joy. And next stands for A, adorable, and he's a natural learner.
So nice. So nice.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Next, we'll go to Shirisha, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Pranita, yeah, Shirisha Garu, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Yeah, my daughter name is Priya. She's very powerful. If she wants anything, she'll be following like anything. And she'll be powerfully asking all the things. And R for rebel. If she wants anything, she'll be following and talking like anything. And I for ignorant. She'll be asking so ignorantly, I want that, I want this, and all the things. Y for happy. She's very talkative. If you're said, she'll be go on talking for half an hour and 1 hour. She'll be telling all the things. A for affectionate. She'll show very affectionate to me. Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice.
I think we can move for next.
Okay, one minute. As I told you, like elders, even children also will be having some characters. We should recognize them and encourage them. And over to Rajesh.
Thank you, Sita. Good afternoon. My name is Rajesh. I am a parent trainer. Let us try to understand what parenting is. What is parenting? Is it bringing in children into this world? Is it meeting their basic needs and showering them with love and buying things for them? Is it giving them all comforts and luxuries? Is it teaching them values and skills? To put it in one sentence, one may say that parenting is raising children into healthy, confident, and responsible adults. Healthy physically and emotionally, responsible to take care of their family, and also to contribute to the larger society and the world. As you can see, parenting is a highly responsible and also challenging role. Let us look at some of the specific challenges of parenting. Understanding these challenges will help us prepare to deal with them. Starting with not having sufficient time. Parents do not have sufficient time to spend with their children, play with them, understand them, support them, etc., especially if both parents are working. People have more stress today than before. It could be due to pressures caused by job or business, finances, peer pressure, competitiveness, unrealistic levels of ambition, etc. As a result, their own physical health, emotional health, and family life are suffering. Most young families today are nuclear families, that is, they live by themselves. If you look at previous generation, children had company of grandparents, uncles, and cousins. Growing up in such an environment, children could learn many things by observing and interacting with others. These days, children depend on parents for everything. When parents are not able to give time and support, children may look to social media and friends that they really do not know very well. Lack of support from extended family, friends, and neighbors also means that parents have to take care of everything. Technology. How many of you were forced to give your smartphone or computer to your child for many hours a day because of online classes, online tests, etc.? Most of you probably. Almost all children spend a lot of time on smartphone or computer also to pass time. There may be exceptions to this, but it would be very small. Further, children may have behavioral issues at some point of time or the other. Examples, arguing with elders, too much use of mobile or too much junk food, not following proper routine, too much dependence on parents, etc. Some of these may be common considering their age. It becomes a problem when the undesired behavior becomes too frequent, continues for a long time, or is too intense. Influence of friends and social media. Due to social media, children these days face many issues like bullying, distraction, mobility, inability to concentrate on classes or prepare for exams, lack of motivation, etc. Children may also get into bad habits. Unrealistic expectations of parents. Let's say that the child is excellent or above average. Still, many parents put too much pressure on them and expect them to be toppers or push their own goals onto their children. Example, I want you to become a doctor or IIT engineer, etc., without paying attention to the child's own aspirations. It may lead to stress for children as well as parents. Further, if the child has any chronic physical health issue or mental health issue, it becomes even more difficult for the parents. So far, we looked at some of the challenges of parenting. Now, I will hand over to my colleague, Ushasri, for some psychoeducation and for helping us to understand child development from a psychology background. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh. So let us see what psychologists would say about the development of personality in the kids. So according to Freud, the personality develops through a series of childhood stages in which the pleasure-seeking energies of the id become focused on certain erogenous areas. So this energy or the libido was described as the driving force behind the behavior in the child. Now, if these stages are completed successfully, the result is a healthy personality of a child. If certain issues are not resolved at the appropriation stage, fixation can occur. Let me give you an example for it. Fixation means when an issue or a conflict in the stage remains unresolved, it leads to something else. Example, Freud says that nail biting, and you see children doing gum chewing, and excessive drinking are the signs of oral fixation. Now, let us also see Erikson's stages of psychosocial development. He says conflict occurs if they are not met because the personality develops in a predetermined order right from the infancy to adulthood. Completion of each stage results in a healthy personality and acquisition of a basic virtue. So if you can see on the screen, there are 3 stages where the conflict might occur. It could be the trust versus mistrust, which occurs from birth to 12 to 18 months. Autonomy versus shame and doubt, 18 months to 3 years. Initiative versus guilt, that is from 3 to 5 years. Now let us look into each one of them. First is trust versus mistrust. The major question here for the child is, can I trust the people around me? And the basic virtue here is the hope. Now, virtue means the quality of being morally good. And the important event is feeding. For example, when the child is crying, you know, the mother or the caretaker, if she doesn't attend the kid, then the kid will develop a mistrust. If she attends on time and feeds the baby, then he will develop a trust. So as you can see, the difference is trust is believing in caregivers, trusting that the world is safe for them, and knowing that the needs will be met. Mistrust, they start distrusting, they fear the world, and they are unsure that the needs will be met. Now the second stage, autonomy versus shame and doubt. Now, the major question here is, can I do things by myself or am I reliant on the help of others? The basic virtue here is the will of the child. Important event is toilet training. So this stage usually builds upon the earlier stage and lays foundation for the further stages. Now, what the children do in this age is they pick their own clothes and they start dressing by themselves. They choose the toys which they like. And the most thing is mastering the toilet training. You know, toilet training leads child, if it is properly done, it leads to a sense of control, of independence and autonomy in the child. If it is not treated properly, then they will go into shame and doubt. So dear parents who punish the child for simple mistakes, they contribute the feelings of shame or self-doubt in your kids. And the third stage is initiative versus guilt. Now, the major question here is, am I good or bad? And the basic virtue here is purpose. And the important event is exploration or play. So children start going to school, they play with different people and they develop good intellectual skills altogether here. So now what happens is, let's take a boy is playing in the house and you know, he messes up all the toys. Now the mother comes and says, Henry, please pick up the toys. I don't want this mess anymore. Now that creates a guilt in the child, thinking that, oh, I upset my mom today. Okay, so children who experience guilt will interpret their mistakes as a sign of personal failure and may be left with a sense that they are always bad. Thank you. Over to you, Sevita.
Yes, thank you. So now let us do one more activity. And I think you can get ready with your pen and paper. Okay, and as shown on the screen, try to draw an outlet of your child. As shown on the screen, try to draw an outlet of your child. And try to write the words which you regularly or frequently label your child. It may be like lazy or dull fellow or fit for nothing. These type of labels you can try to write inside the outline.
तो फोटो ने देखी है क्या है?
I think someone is speaking. And keep labeling. And in generally, we label many things to them, which help, we may use them frequently to the child. And in generally, we also label many things which help us in many aspects. And we also label our kids. But nowadays, we are trying to label them in a wrong way or a negative way. Similarly, write down the labels inside the outline. I think you have written. And now, as shown again in the screen, try to draw in another outline and try to relabel them.
Someone has raised the hand. Probably they would like to say something. Vasudeva Reddy.
Ma'am?
Yes, please.
Ma'am, why, ma'am, in WhatsApp, they are coming links, ma'am.
Okay, Sevita, go ahead, unmute them and please don't allow others to use the screen. Okay,
they're writing on the screen, ma'am.
That's okay, that's okay. Maybe kids are there, that's fine.
Yes.
We really love the kids. We love the kids. Let them do what they want, but the parents be careful. Yes, better.
Yes, and as shown on the screen, try to draw in another outline and try to relabel those words. Like as you have labeled them lazy, try to relabel in a different way. Like active, And if you written good for nothing, then you can write some worthy or some it's an asset.
Man, can you leave, man?
Who is that? Cute boy.
So, and if any parent is ready, I think they can share their labelings and relabelings.
Yes.
Excuse me, my name is...
Pranita, yes, I think you can unmute and speak.
Hi, my name is Alekhya.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So do we have to share the photograph, or can we speak about the labeling?
No, just you can say the words which you have labeled and which you have tried to relabel them.
Okay, so sometimes maybe I tell my daughter don't go hyper because she gets overexcited for few things after a point. And then, you know, like she starts laughing loud and running aloud. I mean, she starts expressing herself more. And sometimes these days I see that she overthinks. I mean, like a very small thing is like maybe when I say, can you stop eating with 2 spoons of curd because it's too cold? She says, why don't you have a milk to make the curd? I mean, she thinks beyond the point wherein kids don't.
Yes.
And another thing I observed her is like when I say, I promise her after that, yeah, I'll come back from office and I'll take you to play. And when I come back, I say, Mama, I'm little tired. Can we go tomorrow? She cries inside, but she doesn't show me out that she's crying. She doesn't want to know that I'm upset, but still she cries. So these are the only three negatives that I can see in the whole. I don't see anything else. So if I have to relabel them, maybe it looks hyper to me, but she looks active to others. And then, you know, like maybe I'm thinking she's overthinking, but maybe, you know, like if I have to say a positive of that, maybe she's going into detailing to know the reason behind. And
yes, yes.
And if she's trying to be sensitive and crying, maybe I feel that she's hiding it with me. Probably, you know, like she feels, okay, Mama should not feel bad, so I will go adjust and play with something else. I really don't know how to take up the third point with her. So these are the 3 labels I can talk about.
Yes, that's so great. Do anyone more like to share?
Ma'am?
Yes, yes, please.
और टिकम चमकम मोला वो क्लास व्हाट्सएप पे वो लिंक आ रहा वो के ज्वाइन किया
ओके
हिंदी आता मेरे को
हाँ ठीक है आप बोल सकते
वो क्लास के लिए है पेरेंट्स मीटिंग के लिए है
ये पेरेंट्स के लिए
अच्छा कुछ
बच्चों के लिए जानने के लिए है
ऐसा
ओके
आपका बच्चों का लिए क्या चाहिए क्या प्रोग्राम
हाँ
आगे है लास्ट तक आप बैठिए लास्ट में हम बच्चों का प्रोग्राम का भी बोलने का है ओके थोड़ा 1 घंटा आप सुनिए बाद में बच्चों के बारे में बात करेंगे सेविता गो ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट पर्सन
मैम कैन आई कंटिन्यू
Yes, I think it's time for a story time and let us listen a beautiful story by Om Prakash.
Sivita, could you stop the screen sharing? Yeah, fine. Yeah, thank you, Sevita. I'm Om Prakash, a parent trainer. Once upon a time, there was a small village. In that, there was a king. One fine morning, the king was on a morning walk in a park, and he has seen a beautiful butterfly. And the king was mesmerized with the activities done by butterfly. And finally, he ordered his soldiers, please catch this butterfly and bring to my palace. As for the king's order, the soldiers have caught and has taken the butterfly to the palace. And the king ordered a few soldiers, please take care of this butterfly. I love this like anything. The next day, the king was in a morning walk and he has seen a small fish swimming in a pond. And again, king was mesmerized with the swimming activity of the fish. And the moment he was back to the palace and he told his soldiers, I don't know anything, just teach my butterfly to swim. With a great difficulty, the soldiers have taught swimming to the butterfly. The next day, the king was on again morning walk. He has seen a frog jumping. The moment he was back to the palace, and again he ordered the soldiers, just please teach this butterfly jumping. Again, with a great difficulty, the soldiers have taught jumping to the butterfly. Again, on other day, the king was on walk in a forest and he has seen a cheetah running. And the moment he was back to the palace, and he ordered his soldiers, just teach running to this butterfly. And again, with the great difficulty, the soldiers have taught running to the butterfly. Again, on the next day, the king was in a walk in a park and seen a nightingale singing melodiously. Again, once he was back to the palace and again ordered the soldiers, teach my butterfly singing. Again, the soldiers with a great difficulty taught singing to the butterfly. Again, on the last day, the king was on a walk and he has seen a snake crawling. Once he was back and again he ordered the soldiers, teach crawling to my butterfly. Again, with a great difficulty, the soldiers have taught crawling to the butterfly. At the end, king was asking butterfly to fly, and butterfly was stand still like a statue. Then the king asked the soldiers, what happened? What are you doing? Right, you are in a job of training to butterfly. You're supposed to train the butterfly to do like anything. Then the soldiers told, my lord, yes, we do accept and we do agree. But because of overloading of information, overloading of the training, the butterfly has forgotten flying. So can anyone share what is the moral of the story? Yes, please. Yes, please. Go ahead. बोलिए.
सर इसके स्टोरी का मॉरल है कि बच्चों के ऊपर हम ज्यादा कुछ भी बोझ डालेंगे तो बच्चे जो सीखना चाहते हैं वो भी नहीं सीख पाएंगे.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
ऐसा.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Next we have Rajesh. Ji Rajesh. Yes, please go ahead, Rajesh ji. Ji Rajesh.
Hello, sir.
Hiya.
Could you hear me?
Yes, yes. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yes. The child is in, every child is unique in their own ways.
Yes.
Like if we keep training them by seeing other child, he's singing or whatever it is, if we keep forcing them, then the uniqueness what they have, at the end, they lose that. It's like a mixture of everything and their uniqueness is lost. Maybe.
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely. Thank you, one and all. So, but at the end of the day, what are we doing? That we are forcing our child to do a lot of things, and with this force, right, we are just using kids like a machines. So they are losing their memorable, beautiful childhood. Yeah. So thank you, and for the next session, I hand over the floor to my colleague Shailja, ma'am.
Thank you, Om Prakash. That was a beautiful and very relevant story to the present society. I hope all the parents would agree with me. We are all into that process. So you all have written your child's characteristics in the first activity. I hope all of you did, right? Now, in this, there's another activity that we're going to do now. Let's look at the characteristics of parents now. So please take a pen and a paper. I'll go through the characteristics of parenting. I'll quickly go through all 30 of them. So to make it easy, I have numbered them 1 to 30. If you can relate yourself, make a note of the number. So let's get started. Hope you have your pen and paper handy. For the next 30 minutes, you will be able to understanding this activity better. So please write down the numbers on the paper. So first is very loving and nurturing to kids. 2, indifferent, lack of emotional attachment. 3rd, responsiveness and motivation. 4th, emphasize on freedom to responsibility. 5th, no set rules and expectations for behavior. 6th, equality and positivity. 7th is bribe child with toys, gifts to behave well. 8th, no guidance and supervision. 9th, you listen to me kind of attitude. 10th, more like a friend than a parent. 11th is love and warmth and understanding. 12th, My way is the highway kind of attitude. 13th, have few rules at home for behavior. 14th is guiding. 15th is lots of love. 16th, rules are inconsistent. 17th, positive discipline. 18th, rules and rules. 19, no consequence for bad behavior. 20th, explaining. I hope all of you are making down of the numbers, right, that relate to your character. Please do make a note of it. Let me continue. 21 is high demand, high expectations. 22, uninvolved, disinterested parenting. 23, give choices to the kid. 24, I am the boss. 25, focus on their own aspirations and problems. Here I'm talking about the parent. 26, focuses on rules. 27, be ready for punishment. 28, cold and unresponsive with limited communication. 29, positive reinforcement. 30, and the last one, lecturing. Hope you all made note of these numbers. For the next 30 minutes, we will talk about parenting styles, the major topic of our webinar today. There are many known styles, but primarily they fall under 4 categories. You may be able to identify your dominant style today. Please stay attentive. We will get back to this activity after all the parenting styles are done. So keep the paper handy with you. Over to you, Usha.
Thank you, Shailaja. So the most awaited topic of the evening of the webinar is here. Sevita, please, next slide. So on the screen, you can see 4 animals. So I would like you all to just note down from the Google 2 to 3 characteristics of every animal on the screen. Okay, so first we'll go with the tiger, and later on you can note it down as we go ahead. So I'll give you just 2 minutes so that you can just write 2 characteristics. First one is tiger, the second one is kangaroo, third is an eagle, and fourth is an ostrich. You can use the chat box to give me the characteristics, please. You have to write what, you know, the tiger. Tiger is what kind of an animal? Something you can just Google and post it in the chat box for me. अच्छा, आपने शेर को देखा है? Someone is saying talk in Hindi. तो आपने शेर को देखा है, शुतुरमुर्ग को देखा है, कैंगरू को देखा है, और आपने ईगल को देखा है. तो उसके बारे में 2-3 चीजें आप ढूंढ के गूगल में से लिख लेना, या आप फोन पे देख सकते हैं. मैं आगे बोलूंगी तो आपको समझ में आएगा. Okay, so Sheikh Moinuddin says it's a strong and commanding animal. Okay, Saujanya says brave, unpredictable. Okay, any more? Okay, so now let's see. As I said, each animal will represent one type of parenting style. So now let us start with the tiger. Tiger is an authoritative animal. If you look at the authoritativeness of the tiger, you know, the moment you look at the tiger, you say, oh, what a kind of demanding animal it is. So the parents who are authoritative, they are like tiger's turn, and they are very restrictive. Now let us see what are the characteristics of the parents who are very authoritative. They always say, you listen to me. My way is highway. They have lots of love, but they have rules, and rules. They have high demands, high expectations. And always they say, I am the boss. and be ready for the punishment. Usually these kind of parents are very strict, cold, lecturing, yelling all the time, and they only give one-sided discussions to the children. That means they don't allow the child to talk. And what are the effects on the children if the parenting is very authoritative? They are very obedient, they have low self-esteem, they are distrustful, they have no freedom of expression, they are very unhappy and hostile, and they are not high achievers. Now we will have a small role play on the authoritative type of parenting for you guys just to understand how it means. Over to you, Sevita.
Yes. Yes. Hi, Daddy.
Hi.
Yes. What are you doing?
Just nothing. How was the day?
Fine, Dad. It was too good. And today I got my progress report also.
Wow, that's really great. How many marks you scored?
I got 85%.
Oh, that's really great. And what's the marks scored by your class topper?
Why about class topper, Dad? My friends are there, they also
just
got
listen
less
to
than
me.
this.
Just listen to me. Answer to my questions. No more cross questions. I hope you are good at English. You can understand my question. What am I asking?
You're asking about class topper?
Yes. What are you class topper?
95%.
Then why you got only 85?
But I am very
just I don't want any reasons. I don't want any cock and bull stories. Just I want 95 number on the paper. 95 number on the paper. Are you getting my point?
Yes, but I'm good in other activities also, dance, games.
See, I want you to put in IITs and IIMs in the future, right? IITs and IIMs doesn't know all these things. Just they want numbers dancing on the paper, not you dancing on the floor. I want just 95 by hook or crook.
No, Dad, listen to me. I'm happy.
I don't want to listen anything. I don't want to listen anything. Just listen to me. Just listen to me. You have to score 95 under any circumstances. I don't know whether you put 18 hours of effort per day or 20 hours effort per day. I don't want. I want only 95% marks on the paper. That's it. That's it. The next exams, I want to see 95 on the paper. Just go and sit in your room and start preparing for the next exams. Is it clear to you?
Okay, then.
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you, Om Prakash and Sevita. I hope that was a wonderful role play to understand how an authoritative parent is. So that was one style of authoritative parenting. I can see many parents smiling. So that's a good this thing. Okay, now let's go for the permissive parenting. And remember, I asked you to look into the characteristics of a kangaroo. Okay, so now can someone type in the chat box quickly? Characteristics of a kangaroo, what do you think? In the chat box, please. Yes, cares and protects the baby, caring, protecting, caring. Oh, very good, very good. Thank you so much. So as you all said, it is correct. See, kangaroo is a marsupial. Why it is called marsupial is because it has a pouch in it and it always keeps the baby inside it, protecting from many, anything. So what do you think is a kangaroo doing is it is very super protective. Now we will see the parents who are super protective. So they are called permissive parents. Now let us see the characteristics and the effects on the child, which will be shown by Shailaja. Over to you, Shailaja.
Thank you, Usha. So permissive parenting. These permissive parents are super protective parents. As Usha just mentioned, they are the kangaroo types. These parents are high on love and low on limits. Let's look at some of the characteristics in detail of these parents and the outcome of such parenting, and how such parents can change themselves if possible. Sevita, next slide. So looking at the characteristics of such parents, they are usually very loving and nurturing to their kids. While it is definitely a good quality, it is found in excess in these parents. They take children's opinion on major decisions. They tend to listen to the children's decision for almost everything and everything in their life. They emphasize on freedom to responsibility. They do not make the children responsible, rather give them the freedom in every aspect of life. They bribe the children with toys, gifts to behave well. I think that brings, that gets connected with many parents, I guess, here. Yeah. They're more like a friend than a parent. While it is good to be a friend to your child, they do not know where to draw the fine line. Coming to rules, they have very few rules at home for behavior. If we ask such parents to list the rules at home, don't be surprised. You would not find any. Even if you do, they are mostly inconsistent. So no consequence for bad behavior. You can understand. When the child understands that there is no punishment, what do you think will stop them from their behavior? So now look at the effects of such parenting on the kid. So with this kind of parenting, the child would turn out to be having low decision-making and problem-solving skills. Since there are no rules or guidelines at home, they never got the opportunity to learn these skills at home. They display low achievement in many areas. Since there are no expectations from these parents, the children don't strive for success at all. These kids are mostly unhappy. Since they are mostly unsuccessful, they tend to be mostly unhappy. They show more aggression and less emotional understanding. Since they do not learn to deal with emotions, particularly when they do not get what they want, they would express aggression. They are mostly prone to substance. So these kids lack emotional control and they're constantly unhappy. In order to suppress or handle this situation, they get used to these substances like alcohol, smoking, etc. These kids usually cannot manage time. They do not have a proper structure at home or rules at home. So they end up watching too much TV or gaming or eating too much. They don't have a track of time at all. These kids exhibit unruly behavior at school because they lack boundaries at home. And finally, such kids have trouble keeping friends. That's the biggest drawback of such parenting. Parents should understand that kids need friends. Next slide, Sevita. So how to change? I wouldn't say it's possible completely, but small tips here for the parent. Develop a list of basic household rules. It's very essential. Let the kid understand about the rules very clearly. Follow through. This is the greatest struggle for parents, but it is the most important as well. Try to be firm and consistent with the kid. Explain. Make them understand the penalty for breaking rules at home. And finally, try rewarding them good. Now, let's witness a small role play. Over to you, Sevita and Sita.
Okay. Sita ma'am, you're on mute. I think you can. Okay. Hi, mommy.
Hi, darling.
How are you? What are you doing?
I'm waiting for you.
Oh, thank you, mama. Mama, tomorrow I'm inviting all my friends for lunch.
Okay.
So what will you prepare for my friends?
As you like, Bangaram.
So I want paneer, roti, veg biryani, and also ice cream and cold drinks.
So many? Can they eat? So many?
Yes, Mama. They will eat. Even I will also eat. They will also eat. We all will enjoy.
Okay, Ma. Okay. I'll do it.
And Mama, don't forget to prepare pani puri.
Pani puri also? Pani puri also?
Yes, Mama.
I have to try, Ma.
No, Mama, I don't know. You have to prepare pani puri.
Because I have to buy everything. I'm not having any stock at home.
No, Mama, you'll say like this only always. If relatives comes, no, you will cook all dishes. If my friends come, you will not at all cook. You'll say some or the other. I don't know. I want all this list recipes.
Okay. Don't worry, Ma. Don't worry, Bangara.
Okay. Thank you, Mama. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you. Over to?
Yeah, Usha.
Om Prakash.
Om Prakash.
Thank you, Sevita and Sita Malakshmi. It was a nice role play. Now, till now, we have seen two types of parenting, that is authoritative and permissive parenting. So before going to the next two types of parenting styles, we'll take an activity as a small break. In this world, for every parent, child is everything. We love, we take a lot of care, and we do anything for our kids. But sometimes, knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally, unintentionally, we use some bad words to our kids. The frequency of the using bad words may vary from person to person. One may use once in a day, one may use once in a week, one may use once in a month, or one may use once in a year. But we are forced to use these bad words. Now we are going to do a dump-in activity. I request all of you take a pen and paper and write down all the list of bad words which you use for your kids. Yeah, once you're done with the writing part, just take a paper, crumble it, tear it, and throw it in a dustbin. Now take a fresh paper and write reframing words for the bad words. Instead of using bad words, what good word can be used? What better word can be replaced in the place of the bad word? Write down. Now, any one of you want to share, just unmute yourself and you can share.
I think Alekhya Kandala, I think she's raising her hand.
No, that just happened by mistake. Actually, I'm trying to unmute myself and the screen is toggling.
It's okay. It's okay.
And the bad words I use is like, I always tell her you're a bad girl. I just drag that word and tell her. And the moment I tell that, she understands she's doing a mistake. And the moment she gets back to me and says, no, Mama, I'm a good girl. Tell her I'm a good girl. That's the only word I use.
Great. Yes. Fine. Thank you. So for the next third type of parenting, that is democratic parenting by my colleague Usha. Over to Usha.
Okay. I hope you enjoyed the dump-in activity. Okay. Now let's see the third type of parenting, which is called democratic parenting. So as I told you, Sevita, next slide. Now here you can see the eagle. Now, fastly, please tell me two characteristics about the bird eagle. What do you think when you see an eagle? आपको ईगल को देखने से आपको क्या लगता है? वो बर्ड कैसा है? वो पक्षी कैसा है? Very focused. Very good. Teachers. Calculative. Good. Good point. Eagle feeds. Okay. Okay. So strong when focused. Thank you so much. Now, I'll tell you how the parenting is done by the eagle. Usually the eagle builds its nest on the top of the mountain, and around the nest, it also puts thorns. Now I'll tell you why it puts thorns. So when the eaglets are hatched out, what will the eagle do is the mother eagle will push the baby down. It is making actually the eaglet to fly, to teach him fly. Now, if the baby is not able to fly, then what happens? It starts falling down. Then suddenly what happens is the male eagle bird comes and rescues the eaglet and puts it back into the nest. Now, what does a mother eagle do is, it will take the eaglet and make it sit on the thorns. You know what happens? It will feel discomfort, right? So again, it will push the baby to fly. Now, when in the course of falling down, the eaglet thinks, oh my God, if I am not going to fly, then, you know, I have to bear the thorns there. I have to bear the discomfort. So what, in this due course, the baby will learn flying. So democratic parents are, they listen to you and you listen to me kind of parents. Okay, so now let us see the characteristics of this type of parenting from Radhika.
Thank you, Usha. I'm Radhika. I will discuss the democratic parenting style. Democratic parenting style means treating parents and children both are equal. Parents give respect to their children and give choices to decisions. Both parents and children listen to each other, like suggestions, decisions, and opinions. Parents give more love, but is it in limits? This parenting style is very balanced style. In democratic parenting style, freedom is there, but it is in limits, in characteristics. Now we see characteristics. We give love and warmth. We are very affectionate, understanding, and nurture our children with care, guiding them and helping them when the children making independent decisions. We support them also, give positive discipline, not punishment, explaining everything, rules, choices, and consequences with the clarity. When the child doing wrong, explain the consequences and give choices. We discuss the rules with our children and explain the importance of having rules and making understanding the rules instead of punishing them when they break the rules. Encourage the child to make choices in their daily life. Make them understanding the consequences with their choices. Reward the child's positive behavior like appreciate, prizes, gifts, food, avoid the punishments. We are responsive to the child's needs and we motivate them to achieve their goals. We are treat the children as an equal. Don't force on them our opinion on them. We have a discussion with them. They also feel we are also adult. Now effects. Savita. Children are very responsive, caring, non-violent. Develops independence for making decisions. Improve self-confidence and self-esteem when they're learning new things. Ability also improved. High achiever in their career and life. Develop self-control, better perform in the school, at home, at community. Develops good social skills like good communication skills, helping to others, caring. Etc. Now we will see a small role play on democratic.
Savita?
Yes. Yeah. Hi, Mama.
Hi, baby. Hi, baby. How are you? Did you pack all your things for the picnic tomorrow? Are you
Yes,
excited?
Mommy. Yes,
Are you
yes, very
excited?
much. Yes.
Okay, so tell me what all you have packed, darling.
I have packed chips. I have packed even biscuit packets and cool drink also.
Savita, see, now this is the winter, so don't you think you might catch cold and you might miss your enthusiasm and excitement at the picnic?
But I have only small cool drink bottle.
I would suggest, why don't you replace it with some fruit juice or something?
Fruit juice. Okay, but I want only mango juice. Then only I will take.
Absolutely. Your choice, darling. Your choice. And then you again said chips, noodles. You know they are a kind of junk food, and you know I don't allow them usually to eat. Correct?
Yes,
So
Mama.
then what shall we do, darling? Would you like to replace it with nuts or fruits of your choice again?
No, not nuts, but I will eat fruits.
Okay. Okay. So now I think it's high time for you to go to bed. So we have to wake up early tomorrow and go for the ride. So
bye,
good night.
Mama.
Chalo. Bye. Okay. So that was a role play for democratic parenting where, you know, it's a win-win situation for the parent as well as the child. Now let's see the last, neglecting parenting. This is the parenting style of ostrich. Now, please, as usual, please tell me the characteristics of the ostrich. What do you think about the bird? You may type in the chat box, please. Anyone? Flightless bird, yes, of course. And okay, fine. So as you can see, Sevita, slide please. This owns the egg, okay, okay, okay. So actually here in the picture, you see that the ostrich is actually burying its head into the sand, you know. Why does it do is, when it is scared or threatened, it actually buries its head into the sand. That is the reason the ostrich is being like this. Now, neglecting parents are, how they do is, you know, they will say like, it's okay, life will go on. I will concentrate on my own things and, you know, my children will grow. So such kind of parents are neglecting kind of parenting. And let us listen to the characteristics and as well as the effects on the child from Sudha. Over to you, Sudha.
Thank you, Usha. Till now, we completed 3 parenting styles and entering into the 4th one, that is neglecting parenting. Uninvolved parenting or neglecting parenting is a style of parenting where parents do not respond to their needs or desires beyond the basics like food, clothing, and shelter, etc. Actually, it can be caused because of environmental factors such as poverty and lack of social support, or it may be because of the family factors such as these family stress or single parenting, or it may be because of the parent factors such as unemployment and health issues. Nowadays, parents are caught up in busy schedules and find easier to take a hands-off approach. Whatever the situation it may be, if parent is not involved or neglected, that parent is giving effects on child's overall development. Now we will see the behaviors of the neglected parents. What is the parents do not like to involve in their development, and they also do not show any interest in their children's activities, and they do not motivate them. And sometimes parents focus on their own career aspirations and their personal problems. And also parents are not responsible towards children, and there is lack of proper communication. Parents are detached to their children, and there is no proper emotional attachments between the parent and child. And parents do not develop a set of principles and discipline which is essential for child's life. Unless a child behavior affects them, parents are not trying to correct them. So there is no proper guidance and supervision from parents. Generally, child expect love and attention from their parents. But there is no surprise that neglecting parent can have some negative effects on a child. Now we will see that effects and associated outcome of the children. Due to the lack of family support, child feel very anxious or stressed, and it leads to the serious physical and mental issues in later stages. And child start hating and avoiding the people, start engaging in dangerous or antisocial activities without considering any possible consequences. Sometimes child become emotionally isolated and it makes them feel that they are distant from outside world. They cannot control or regulate their emotions. Children are disrespectful to parents and elders. They may develop criminal behaviors or involved in crimes also. This type of children are likely to become the rude adults in the latter stages. Child lacks confidence and often feel incompetent. This leads to the risk of substance abuse like alcohol or drug addicted. To the lack of proper supervision and guidance from parents, child cannot take his own decisions and he does not know how to deal with the life uncertainties, which in turn affect his mental and physical health. So on this, we will see a small role play. Please carry on, Usha and Sevita.
Thank you, Sudha.
Yes. Hi, Mummy. You're on mute, Tusha.
Sorry. Hi, darling. Hi. How was your day?
Fine.
Okay.
Today I'm very much tired, Mummy. I was having two PT periods. I am very much tired and I'm very much hungry. Now I want some snacks.
Yeah, what did you say? What did you say?
Mama, I said I want snacks.
Savita, just give me 5 minutes because I am typing an email to my vice president. So can you please mute yourself for 5 minutes?
Mama, you'll always say like this only. Okay, I'll go and play.
Yeah.
Mama, did you see the time?
No. Why?
Mama, it is 6:30. I'm very much hungry. At least give me some juice.
Savita, sorry, I totally forgot. Just go and grab something, whichever is there in the refrigerator. Okay?
Mama, you'll always say like this only, Mama.
Savita, actually, just now my old bestie on FB, she has just pinged me. You know, just give me 5 minutes since it's been decades I couldn't speak to her altogether.
Always do something.
Yes, please.
Mama?
How are you?
Mummy.
Yeah, yes, Savita, yeah.
Did you see the time? 9:30. At least will you give me some food?
Sorry, dear. Can we order it from Swiggy today? Please. I'll give you some pizza or burger.
No, Mama, since 3 days we are doing that only. We are eating outside food only. 1 day Swiggy, 1 day Zomato, 1 day neighbor auntie gave us food. When shall I eat home food?
Sorry, darling. You know now I'm so busy juggling with the work and you know everything. And now right now my friend is also pinging. Please, yeah.
No, Mama, I don't. I want home food today. I want to eat home food.
Okay, we'll do one thing. Since I am very busy and I couldn't track the time, can we order it on Swiggy, darling, please?
No,
tomorrow
Mama.
I'll cook for you, please.
No, Mama, I want to eat home food. Since 3 days we are eating outside food only.
Is it so?
Mama, you're forgetting everything. Since 3 days we are eating outside food. Today I want home food.
Oh, sorry, Savita. Tomorrow I'll cook for you. Pakka. Pakka. Okay.
Yesterday also you said like this. You didn't even iron my dress. I went to school like that. Only my teacher scolded me like anything.
You could have reminded me. You know how busy I am.
I said, you know, Mama, 2-3 times I said you to iron my dress, but you're busy with your phone and office work.
Oh,
I don't know now. I want home food.
Okay. I'll promise tomorrow I'll cook. For today, we will order it on Swiggy. Chalo, make a deal.
Pakka, okay? Promise?
Promise. Okay. Thank you.
That was a wonderful role play. Now that you've seen all the 4 styles of parenting, let's go back to the activity we started earlier. Let's look at the characteristics of parents over again. If you had written the numbers, you can identify. Like very loving and nurturing to kids is permissive parenting. Lack of emotional attachments is neglecting parenting. Responsiveness and motivation is democratic parenting. And emphasis on freedom is permissive parenting again, and so on. 6 is democratic parenting. Sevita, go a little just let them make a note of it. If they had written numbers from 1 to 10, you can associate with the parenting style next to it. Please make a note of it. Next slide, Sevita. So the 11th is democratic again. 12th is authoritative parenting. 13th is permissive. 14th is democratic. 15th is authoritative again. 16th is permissive. 17th is democratic. 20th is democratic again. Hope you're making note of this. Next slide, Sevita. This is just for your identification of the parenting styles. So just keep it to yourself. You don't have to share with us if you don't want to do, but just make a note of them. It'll be very useful for you. So 21 is authoritative again. 22 is neglecting. 23 is democratic. 24 is authoritative. 25 is neglecting. 26 is democratic again. 27 is authoritative. 28 neglecting, 29 is democratic, and 30 is like authoritative again. Now, with these, you can identify your parenting characteristics associated with the parenting style. And after associating them, you can identify your dominant parenting style. So you get a maximum, let's say 10, if you're marked for permissive parenting, then that's your dominant style. We all exhibit different parenting styles in different situations, but we have one dominant style. So you can identify that. So would somebody like to share your style that you have identified through this activity? Probably you can just mention through the characteristics.
Ma'am, I would like to share.
Yes, please.
I just realized
Hi, this is
that,
Alika.
Yes, please go ahead, Narasimha.
I just realized myself that I fall into the authoritative style.
Okay, okay.
It's so bad.
I wouldn't say it's bad. You saw the outcomes of such parenting style, right? So if that's your dominant style, you know what to do, right? Because you know the effects of that parenting. So you know where to change. You already, I can see the smile on your face. You realized what it is. And you have seen what is the best style also, right? So you can see, it need not be only one style that we can follow throughout. On various situations, we need to implement different styles, but there's always a dominant style for every parent. So if you can identify your dominant style,
I'm so happy to be part of this session, basically. Otherwise, I wouldn't be knowing that all these days I was doing this kind of parenting, which will
That's excellent, Narasimha Rao garu. So you could identify. And I hope
more sessions like this in future, and I want to be a part of it.
Sure.
And
Thank
I
you
really
so much.
love your coordination between the dynamic. Your trainers are very good in coordinating. I saw you have very deep understanding how to present it to ourselves in a language that we can understand. Thanks. I would like to say thanks, madam. Just Sita Mahalakshmi madam, Shailaja, Usha, Savita, and Om Prakash. And Shailaja madam, you have done extraordinarily well. You have put your efforts to make us understand what we are doing with our lives, especially with kids.
That's good to hear. Good to hear.
Implement. Thank you, madam. Thank you for being.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your good words. Anybody else would like to share? That was a nice experience, sharing experience.
Hi, this is Alekhya here.
Yes,
so
Alekhya.
when I've noted down all the points, I have 8 of democratic parents and 4 of PP, that is
Permissive parent.
Permissive parenting, and 1 of authoritative parenting. Maybe I fall off at one place where I give lectures to her in the sense, or maybe like that. But 8 of them out of 12 is democratic parenting. So
I think that's a good thing. You can you can be happy. I think you're in the right lines. Like yeah. So see, one in authoritative. I think that's fine. You know, sometimes you should have that based on the situation. But as long as it's not your dominant style, I think Alekhya, that's good. Nothing to worry. Yeah, good going. I think you continue your democratic style. I think it would be great. Your child will have a bright future.
I always had a doubt, am I going correct or wrong? But now maybe today I am going on the right thing. So
yeah, you can still explore the styles, you know, you now that you have an understanding of the styles, you can explore further and see which best suits your kid and yourself. That would be even wonderful. Yeah. Thanks, Alekia. Thanks for giving your feedback. Yes, that was wonderful. Do we have anybody else or shall we move on?
Yes, ma'am. Madam, my name is Pranita.
Yes, Pranita, I can't hear you actually. You're very low.
Yeah. Ma'am, I got most of the times democratic and permissive parenting style.
Okay.
And what I felt is before the session, I don't know these type of we have these kinds of parenting styles, but I always used to give freedom to my kid.
Okay.
Maybe that might be the reason for getting all the points is democratic parenting, and to some extent majority is democratic and a few points are permissive, like in caring. Wherever he go, I'll be following in the sense to the ground, walking, and whenever he's with his friends. So, and that means to some extent as his age is so younger,
yes,
like 6 to 7. So
I
that's the
think that
reason I'll
age,
be caring for them.
that's fine, as long as you
yeah.
know, even you saw that, right? It's within limits, it's fine. Only when it exceeds the limits, it gets too much of permissive. Yeah, that's good to hear from you.
In order to make him aware of all the people, like in the sense the students or the peer group. In order to make him comfort, I'll be going with him to ground for whenever he goes out for playing or cycling, and remaining
Excellent.
in all other issues, I'll be like a democratic parenting style.
Right. Thanks, Pranita. That was wonderful sharing. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
everyone.
madam.
Thank you, everyone, for sharing.
Madam, I would like to extend my
Narsimha Rao
thanks
Garu,
to...
can we have the question and answers to ma'am at the ending? I would hand
I
over
just
very
want
soon.
to extend my thanks to Sudisha Counseling Center and also Usha ma'am for giving a nice PPTs. I have taken the screenshots of the PPTs, but I
Okay, that's
wanted
great.
to do a practice on that. Thanks so
Sure.
much.
Thanks for sharing. So yeah, that was a wonderful sharing from all of you. Hope the others also have identified, even if you're not sharing, I hope you had made the best out of this presentation. So we all know that as parents, we are all multitasking with shortage of time and everyday's challenges. We all try to be called the best parents, but we should realize that in the process, we are either pampering the child or being strict to them or neglecting them. None of them is good for our child. So if we parents can realize and make small changes in our parenting style, this will bring a win-win situation, and that assures a bright future for our kid. And if you remember from one of the slides, win-win situation is in democratic style. So that is a balanced style where love and limits are found in expected proportions. So to conclude, we have to say that great parenting doesn't lie in child's behavior. It lies in parents' behavior. Let me emphasize, it's a parent's behavior. So you are the makers or breakers of the child's future. Golden rule is to always show your child the kind of a person you want him to be. Never tell them. So before I hand over to Geeta ma'am, few tips for all of us as parents. Yeah, education is not life, it is part of it. Be a role model, fill your house with love, treat your child with respect. Expect mistakes and failures. After all, they're kids. Be consistent with them, don't confuse them. Give them space to grow. Understand your child, don't underestimate them. Say no to comparison. Finally, communication is the key. Keep the channels open to them all the time. That brings us towards the end of the webinar, and the floor is now open to question and answers. Over to you, Geeta ma'am.
Thank you, team. It was excellent presentation by all of you. I congratulate from my end on behalf of all the participants. I'm sitting as a participant. Really, love to see you all. Nice presentations. And now we have few minutes of time for question answers. I think it was really very informative and very clear, very specific presentation. There should not be any doubts, but still we are open for questions. And we have a nice, oath ceremony at the end. So let us take few questions from you. Yeah, now we are open. Any questions from any parent? We are welcome. You can unmute yourself and speak.
Ma'am?
Yes. And we also welcome any suggestions for future workshops also. Yes, please.
Ma'am, this is Rama Devi.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm asking for my daughter, as she is very active and joyful also. But in case of studies, not only in studies, but while learning a new things, she is very active. If she focus on, she has to focus little more on that, she will take a back step.
Okay.
How can I improve her, ma'am?
Right. Is it the focus is not there in other activities or in academics?
No, in everything. While she is going to have any new activity, she is very active. And if she has to focus little more, she has to give more attention for that. She won't spend much time and concentration, lack of concentration.
Okay. Okay. What is the age of the child?
8 years.
8 years old. She sits in one place properly, like for a few minutes? Or she moves from one place to another place?
No, she will move.
Okay. She moves. Okay. So basically we cannot jump into conclusions when we are talking like this in 1 minute. You say something and I answer, but definitely you can improve or increase her attention by giving small activities. So if you can connect with me personally through chat, I'll send you some activities, minimum 10 activities to help her improve her concentration. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. How can I contact ma'am? Through?
You have my number in the group. Now we'll share the number so you can WhatsApp me. I'll send you the activities to improve her concentration. Still, if it is not happening over a period of time, we can discuss.
And she is very responsive. She cares about parents, everything. She don't want to hurt anybody, but lack of concentration. That's why sometimes
She's emotionally very stable.
Yeah.
Good. Great. We'll work together. Don't worry, ma. We'll be there with you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Right. Yes. Any questions? Yes, Anusha. Unmute yourself. I can see.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello. Hello.
Actually, parenting styles చెప్పారు కదా అందులో మావాడు authentic parenting లాగా ఉన్నాడు నాకు.
Oh, so you're a permissive parent. He's authoritative means you're permissive.
And when I'll calculate all the rules means I'll get mixed one.
Okay.
I need one suggestion, ma'am. How I get more patience to bear them?
1,000. Hey, Kushal, I can see you. Huh? Right. Oh.
10 give to me more, even 5 minutes also to me. I need more patience to bear them.
Yeah, see, because as I see, as parenting itself is a patience. It requires patience because dealing with kids is not that easy, Anusha. I understand, and dealing with this sort of heroes, very intelligent and gifted child, you need more patience. I understand. As I say, parents tend to get burnout sometimes because of a lot of that hyperactivity or sort of a lot of vicious activities by the kids. We get to burn out at a point of time. So I say mental health of parents is also very important. So you can practice some small mindfulness activities or sort of small break activities for yourself. See, you're with a child for 12 hours, just take out 5 minutes for each hour and use maybe relaxation techniques or mindfulness techniques which will calm down, because it requires a lot of energy to deal with the children. So you need to give energy to yourself before you give energy to the child. So every hour I say 5 minutes of time for yourself, which we generally forget. And end of the day, we get so tired, headache, many body aches, and then we realize that it's a very tiresome day. So better we have 5 minutes for 1 hour. That will help.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Kushal. Thank you so much. Cute boy.
And the question in the chat box, how do I change from permissive to democratic parenting? Because it is a thin border from one to other. You would like to answer that?
Yeah, actually 4 parenting styles have only thin border. We tend to slip from one to another within one moment. See, that small thought can change you from permissive to democratic, democratic to permissive. So if I develop little bit of anxiety or worry towards my child, I'm a democratic parent, but small thought can make me permissive. Chalo, let me bend to the child and give it off because I have something else in mind. So as I said, rightly said by Shailaja, no parenting style is bad. No parenting style is bad actually. They're all required in some moment of time in the child's life and your life also. But too much of dominant features of permissive parenting will lead to lot of problems for the child. So better you have this freedom within the frame is the rule for democratic. Freedom within the rule. If you follow, you should be all right. One more question, Shailaja. Mother of 9 months old baby, he keeps on crying every time, and I try to feed him, he just doesn't want to eat. So the child is very cranky all the time, if I'm rightly looking at the question. Okay. So maybe there could be many reasons for the child not comfortable. See, according to the needs of the child, there are 3 levels of needs. Basically, we call biological needs. Please check the biological needs of the child because you said 9 months. Maybe his dressing, his hunger, his sleep, his rest, or his, the place where he's sleeping. That is very important to check. That is biological needs should be satisfied. Then basically his 9 months, you can check with the psychosocial needs also. Maybe that little bit of attention, little bit of comfort, little bit of care, and that mother's touch is also very important for this sort of kids. I would suggest multi-sensory stimulation for this child to, make him cool. We call it as multi-sensory stimulation that will help this sort of children to calm down.
Now there's another question. My child is 10 years old and he's oversensitive. I feel it's not good at all time. If he doesn't like something, I could see the water in his eyes, which really bothers me a lot. I think they need how to address it.
Right, 10 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so basically there was some article I read, sensitivity is also good sometimes, but oversensitivity is bad. But otherwise, please don't look at sensitivity as a weakness. Sensitivity actually can be a strength for a child, but too much of sensitivity is bad. I don't know whether you can please differentiate whether he's very sensitive, too sensitive, or sensitive. If a sensitive child is there, please don't bother about it. It's okay to be sensitive. That is required for the life. And too sensitive child, the reason could be that esteem issues are there. Attention problem could be there. So we need to check from both the ends. I don't know the parent name, but please check from both the ends. Number one is from the parent's end. Sensitivity can be because of the way you are responding to the child. And from the child's end, please check his confidence levels, that esteem. If you can make him more stronger, sensitivity automatically vanish. So it's a matter of checking yourself and looking at the degree of sensitivity.
Ma'am, it's me, Rajeshwari. Just have posted the question for you. He's not oversensitive, but I feel that like something, if he doesn't like quickly, I could see the water in his eyes, and like he wouldn't respond to people the same. Like he only wants to express it with me, but as we all are into the next 21st century, I want him to be really strong, and I keep telling him that if you really don't like something, instead of watering yourself, why couldn't you tell the same thing to whosoever it is? So that is it.
Okay.
He's
Sorry to
expressed
stop
it to
you.
me.
Sorry to stop you.
Yeah, not an
because
issue.
I got a very interesting point from a discussion. Maybe I forget. Here I see more than sensitivity problem, I could see the problem in emotional expression. Emotional expression, the problem in expressing his emotions. So you need to train him in emotional, ventilation or expression of his emotions. So if he is not able to be assertive in telling his, whatever is there in his mind, you can, show other ways of showing his emotions, not getting tears. So work on his emotional expression first, than the sensitivity.
Okay, but whatever he feels, like he would feel comfort like coming and sharing to me rather than like dealing with the person in a like proper way. I'm trying from my end. Hopefully he'll understand that soon and he'll overcome that issue.
See, again, the last sentence which you gave, again, he's comfortable with sharing with me, but not with others. That again tells me one more point, that interpersonal skills he need to be trained in interpersonal skills. When he's okay with you, he's not okay with others. So he needs some interpersonal skills to be developed.
He doesn't feel comfortable with other person telling the same thing like right away. Maybe I'll just check on that one. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. For all the information of all the parents, see whatever the questions I'm getting more about, sensitivity, social skills, and self-help skills, or emotional ventilation, or attention-seeking behavior, or hyperactivity, or that concentration levels are not good. So what I'm trying to say, please understand, all of us, that every child is unique and every child needs some training in all these things. I just give you one insight. If I don't know driving, I go and drive. Learn driving from a driving school. If I don't know tailoring, I go to tailoring school and learn it. If I don't know how to cut my hair, I go to, maybe beautician school and I learn how to cut my hair. See, for every skill, we are going and getting trained to learn the skill. But when the problem is in the behavior, when there is a problem in the behavior, we are not at all looking at the training part. We are actually using punishment or discipline. I'm thinking that discipline or punishment, discipline is a good side, but punishment or, maybe just preaching the child will help. That doesn't help. Every skill has a training program. Social skills can be trained. Self-help skills can be trained. Smart study skills can be given as a training program. So, or general characters like sensitivity, anger, frustration, tolerance, all these things can be, given as a training program for the child. Yeah, child. Yes.
Ma'am, this is Alekhya here. I have a small question. She cannot take denial, like when I say something and later if I have to change my word, when I directly say no, she can't take it. She feels, oh my God, mama said no. I have to behla pusla ke, I have to tell her and, tell a story and a reason, and then she'll be okay with it. She's not that cranky, but, she starts feeling inside, like she starts crying in and she doesn't want that emotion to come out. So, what is a better way of denial? Just one tip on it. Like, how do I tell her that?
Actually, I'm looking at that as a different perspective. See, here, can we look at this as we as a parent is not consistent?
Okay, yeah, maybe we are not, but there are
for some reason, I'm not denying you are again. You have reason to, not to do that, but we are not consistent. Am I right?
Yes, I accept with it. My mood swings have a pressure on her. Maybe even I, in such cases, I put a pressure of my feelings on her. That is there. I accept it. But maybe a better way to do it instead of, directly saying no. I know she can't take that word no.
Yes, so. Yes. Because they get upset.
Yeah.
They get upset. So, it's natural to get upset when we see something is happening and it is not happening. Upset is a natural feeling.
Okay.
So becoming upset is a natural feeling.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Only that thing I wanted to know. And thanks a lot for the session. I've been very happy throughout. It was very informative. And to mention, I am Ushasri's sister. So she have been a guide to me since my childhood, you know, like in every stage of my parenting and things like that. Also, maybe I took my parenting skills from her. And now she's formally my parenting counselor. I'm very happy for my sister.
So nice to have sister as your mentor. Huh?
Yeah.
So I think we are done with the questions. So we can go with a nice, very interesting oath-taking ceremony by all of our counselors. Before that, can I ask Sevita to show me Balamitra? So that I may not speak at the end again.
Yes, can you see?
You will be concluding. Can you make it more bigger so that we can see? So for all the parents, I have a small information about Balamitra. Some of you maybe, some of the parents were asking, is it not for the kids? Only for parents. Yes, this workshop is definitely for parents, but we do have a 21 days program from in the month of May. 21 days continuously we have a program for the kids, only for the kids. Telugu and English, both the separate batches are there. Don't worry about the language. We will speak in Telugu, we will speak in English, both the languages. So for more information, this will be posted in your group, and you can get started with registering your child for this. And we will teach 21 skills, human, all the social skills, self-help skills, 21 skills will be taught. 21 values will be inculcated. We don't teach the values, we inculcate 21 values, and we give 21 joy-giving activities, and we also give 21 home activities. So altogether, that is creative activities. So altogether, you have 24x4 activities in 21 days. So it's a wonderful activity every summer we do. Last time we have done 42 days. This time we are doing for 21 days. Please get in touch with us. Yes, over to the trainers. I'm done. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And I feel it's very privileged to take the oath on this great occasion. And I would like to take oath now, ma'am. Yes. I will, these words I'm saying to my kids. So I would like to say, like, I will love you unconditionally forever. I will be a great role model for you. I will understand and talk about all your problems so that we can work together and solve. I will less yell on you and more understand, less punish you and more guide, less screen time and more face time. I will never compare you with others and instead teach you many things irrespective of gender. That is even for boys cooking and cleaning and girls even for driving and self-defense. And I will not only be a parent, instead friend, teacher, doctor, doctor also. And I will never let you forget all our traditions, ethics, and values. I will be your protector and I will always defend you. I will give you the food which is nutritious and also yummy. I will try to listen to you, to your heart than you. Thank you, ma'am. And I would like Rajesh to continue.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Savita. To become a better parent, I am taking oath as follows. I will never hit or spank my child. I will look for the positives and appreciate my child in front of others. I will talk about negatives only in front of him or her. I will convey my thoughts rather than showing my anger. I will not be sarcastic. I will not compare him or her with others. I will not bring up past failures or mistakes of the child. I will tell stories to instill values. I will make my child emotionally strong, mature, and responsible. Rather than stressing what went wrong, I will tell what needs to be done. Thank you. Now over to Sailaja.
Thank you, Rajesh. I will not compare my kids with each other. I will not label my kids. I will remind him of his past success. I will use only encouraging words. I will not lecture or nag. I will do at least one activity with them every alternate day. I will encourage my son to bring creativity in him. I will give unconditional love. I will not be sarcastic with him. I will not abuse him. Thank you. Over to you, Om Prakash.
Thank you, Shailja. I always help my kids to boost their self-esteem. I always appreciate my kids when they are doing something good. I always spare time for my kids. I'm always flexible with my schedule when it comes to the priority to my kids. And I always make a two-way communication with my kids. Over to Usha.
Thank you, Om Prakash. My oath for my kid is I will understand my child and her needs. I have already decided that whatever career she wants to choose, she has every right to do it. I will make her an independent person. We as a couple would try to be a better role models for her. I will get her married only after her studies are completed, and I will never, ever, and ever compare my kid with others. Thank you. Over to Sita.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
I will be first a friend and then a parent. I will give freedom to take decisions in all aspects of their life. I will guide them whenever needed. I will trust them. I will put some roles optimally and I don't want to confuse them. I will take care of their physical and mental health. I will be a role model for my children. I will support in fulfilling their aspirations. I will be there for them in all good and difficult times. I will encourage them to do good things to society. I will support them to become good parents. Thank you.
I will never compare with others. I will appreciate my child. I will encourage my child when learning new things. I will focus on the strength of my child, not the weakness. I will patiently listen to my child and understand his feelings. I will support my child when they're taking new decisions. The couple will love each other and respect each other and be the role model for the kid. I will understand my child's needs. I will never force my opinion on my child. I will spend quality and time with my child. Over to you, Sudha.
I will help them to gain their own knowledge with my guidance and supervision. I should not give labels to them. I will spend quality time with them. I will encourage them to do their works on their own. I should not neglect them by doing my works. I will practice the same which I am teaching the kids. I will encourage the child to choose his career. I should not do yelling at kids. I should not do bribe-based parenting. I will not restrict them to behave as I like. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, we are done with our oath.
Okay.
And once again, I want to thank everyone who are there today's in webinar, and thank you for waiting so patiently for us and supporting us. And even we have other team on coming next week webinar. If you are really interested, I think you can stay same in that WhatsApp group only, so that we'll update you by this week.
Thank you one and all. Have a good day. And from Sudisha Counseling Center, thank you so much for being with us. And any queries you have, please post in the group. We'll answer your questions and the group will be live till tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Someone are asking about posting oath in the group, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
I think every parent, these are individual oaths if you have observed, whoever is asking, and for the rest of the audience as well. So this is our individual oaths that as a parent with a requirement for our child, we have written. So it is individual, like, you know, you can come up with your own oath for your kid, whichever is suitable, what you feel is required. And the thing is, you need to follow with your oath. So it will be specific to every parent. Whoever is there in this webinar can have their own individual oaths and follow them. That would be actually excellent with your kid.
Ma'am, on behalf of all the parents, I would like to thank once again for giving this wonderful opportunity. And in future, please go on conducting the same to be the best parents and also to have good relationship between parents and also children.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. Namaste. Have a good day.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you one and all from all our 8 members team. Sorry, 9 members team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll stay some more time, Om Prakash.
Yeah.
Yeah, our
Shall
team
we
can
stay?
wait. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am, please stay.
Okay.
Our team can wait and others can leave.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think we can stop recording, sir.